time? Are they mature enough physically to do so? And that's a big question mark right now.
Got to ask you, Renaud, about what you saw last night. We've been talking about it all morning, obviously, in the aftermath of Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final. If that's what we're going to see throughout the course of this series, I think most hockey fans would say, sign me up. We want to see potentially 6 more of what we saw last night, right?
Yeah, it was an amazing game with some really amazing players on the ice. And I really, really liked the way the Oilers played that game. To be fair with you, I picked the Panthers to win this final, but the Oilers really impressed me, especially Evander Kane. What he did last night was just amazing to watch. Evander was playing like he was wearing a white jersey last night, and that's a Panthers jersey. And he was really all over them, skating well, hitting all their best players. I was really impressed with the way he played that game. There was no tip that he took off. And that's when you have players like him. It's driving, the forecheck. It could make a huge difference for the Oilers. So I can't wait to see how the Panthers are going to respond. I felt like they were a little tired last night. Well, the game changed on that second goal, the second Oilers goal, because I felt like the Panthers stopped playing the way that they were playing before. It was like, Sergei's not on top of his game tonight, so we need to be more careful. But by saying we need to be more careful, they didn't play on their toes. And that was a big difference after I believe the Oilers took advantage of it, and they were the best team on the ice.
So, I know you made a prediction one. I guess we have to wait and see what happens, but obviously this makes it a really compelling series because Edmonton didn't get into it till Game 4 last year.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about it. But Leon was injured, right? Leon didn't score any goal last year in that 7-game final. And Evander Kane wasn't there at all because he was injured. So it was a different team, a really different team that we saw last night. And what the beauty of the Panthers is they adjust. Like, remember, and I'm sure you do remember that the Maple Leafs were leading that second round against the Panthers 2-0 in the first period, 3-1 in the second. I mean, the Panthers weren't there, and we've talked about it again in the last few days with Paul Maurice. And what was the big difference? And he said that the way the Lightning and the Maple Leafs were getting out of their zone, it was so different that it took some time for the Panthers players to adjust the right way. So it took, when you think about it, it took 5 periods before they were able to adjust accordingly. Are we going to see the same thing? I have a feeling in my gut that there's a chance that it's going to be a little bit of the same scenario here, that the Panthers will need some time to adjust to what's in front of them.
Renaud, look, we know that Sam Bennett's going to be hitting the market unless Florida gets him extended before July 1st. But he may just explore it and see where it's at. Maybe it's the Panthers. Maybe the Leafs bring him back to Ontario. They'll at least try. We'll have to wait and see on all that. I know it's been kicked around for Bennett, Renaud, that, hey, maybe this guy's worth $10 million a year. And on the surface, you go, well, is he that type of a superstar that he warrants $10 million a year? But we know he brings his best at playoff time. He always shows up in the postseason. And then at the end of the day, you ask yourself the question, isn't that and this what it's all about anyway? And then for him to score 12 goals in the playoffs, I mean, I don't know where he's going to end up or what the term's going to be, but he's going to be getting a huge boost in pay for sure.
Well, you know, what you're saying right now is you're so right, because I'm sure that at one point there'll be some teams, okay, that are close to, they're probably 1 or 2 player away of winning the next Stanley Cup. And probably their eyes were on Mitch Marner. They were looking at Mitch and say, oh, Mitch is going to bring us far. But And it's nothing against Mitch Marner, a player that I really enjoy to watch. I like the way he's playing. I like everything about Mitch Marner. But let's be honest here. We're all humans. And we turn our head and we see number 9 with the Panthers. The way he played against last night, best player in the first 2 periods, he was the best player on the ice. Best player on the ice. That's with Draisaitl and McDavid. He was the best player on the ice. Nothing close. Nothing close. Okay? He was moving the puck, skating with the puck. He was doing everything right. Everything right. If you're a GM, you're one player away and you're going to throw 12, 13, 14 million to someone. Are you throwing it to Mitch Marner or throwing it to Sam Bennett? In my mind, it's such a simple answer. It's not even close. And it's no disrespect to Mitch, but it's 2 different players. They're not playing the same way. One's going to bring you to the playoffs every year, every season. The other is going to probably make you play a lot of games in the postseason. So pick your poison, but these are 2 really good players. But in my mind, the way I see Sam Bennett play right now is just amazing.
So obviously Florida wants to re-sign Sam Bennett. It seems Toronto wants to change their DNA. So I'm curious if you had to guess where Mitch Marner is going to be July 1st. What are the big destinations for you?
I see him playing in the Western Conference. That's kind of a gimme right now, right? Like I remember a few years ago we were talking about Johnny Gaudreau. He's going to play with the Flyers. He signed with Columbus. Remember? So. You know, it could change really, really quickly. But right now, I see him play. I've heard a lot of Seattle. Could it be Utah? Could it be Anaheim? These are the names that are floating out there, okay? But if I'm the Toronto Maple Leafs and I have 13 million to throw at someone or 14, this is so simple. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's going to change your DNA. Who's a real leader, a guy who's making a difference night after night. And it's probably what the Maple Leafs needs right now. They have tons of skills. They are, but they need to have that player that's gonna probably accidentally hit the goalie to start a playoff in the back of his head, and whoopsie. Now we have a different series. Whoopsie.
Well, I mean, look, it's pretty clear, to your point, Renaud, Sam Bennett is a consummate playoff performer. Mitch Marner has been really, really good, excellent during the regular season, but question marks come the postseason, and like we say, isn't that what it's kind of all about? Hey, Renaud, we appreciate you dropping by this morning. Thank you very much for doing this, and enjoy game number 2 coming up tomorrow night.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully, we're going to have some good weather.
Yeah, absolutely. We got our fingers crossed from that standpoint as well. Renaud Lavoie from TVA Sports joining us on the show. The Bruins hiring Marco Sturm. That was made official earlier this hour. First statement from Marco reads this way: I'm incredibly honored to be named as the head coach of the Boston Bruins. I want to thank Charlie Jacobs and the Jacobs family, Cam Neely and Don Sweeney, for trusting me with this opportunity. Boston has always held a special place in my heart, and I know how much this team means to the city and to our fans. I felt that passion as a player.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big...